What's up guys, this is Vishu from Geek Starts, and in this video we are going to connect to our instance. So if you already have a Linux machine, you need to just change the permissions, which you can do by doing a chmod 400 lamp server.pem. So 400 stands for read-only access to the user and nothing else to the other users in the groups and others. So only you can read this file. You can't even execute or write into it, and then you run this command which is ssh-i, which stands for authenticate using a private key. You put the name of the key that we just downloaded, you put the name of the user. This is the by default user in every EC2 instance, EC2 user, and then you put the password, not the password, the public DNS. So once you're done with this, you'll get into the machine. If you don't have a Linux machine like I do, like I have a Windows one, so just search for download putty and use the second link, this one, instead of putty.org, and always go for the Windows installer. I have told this before, you don't need to install like standalone clients every time. If you put the installer, it will install all of this for you. You can find it in the search, and it's always easier this way. If you know what you want, you can just do this, but then you will have to create shortcuts and all those shit. But I always go for the installer because you don't know when you need any one of these, and it's easier to just have them ready instead of coming over here and downloading it again. So once you download and install it, just search for it. Let me show you. So you search for putty and you'll get putty gen and putty. So first we'll need putty gen. So this is a key generator. The problem over here is putty does not understand this PEM file that we downloaded. So we need to first convert it into a file format that putty understands, which is a PPK, which stands for putty private key. Yeah. So we already have a key pair. We have the public key in the instance and we have a private key with ourselves. So we are not going to click on generate because it will generate a new public private key pair, and these always works in a pair. So if you generate a public key, it will also simultaneously generate a private key for that public key, and that it did when we launched the instance. We created a public key in the instance, we have the private key, so we don't need to generate, we need to load because we already have the key. So click on load and select the key. So it's in my downloads and it will only look for ppk files. Select all files and select lamp server.pem and click on open. So it will import the file. Click on OK, name this something, so I'm going to name it as a lamp, and click on save private key. So it will ask if I don't want any passphrase, and I'm sure about that, so click on yes. So it will ask where I want to save this, so I'm going to save this on the desktop, and let's name this as lamp key and click on save. So once you're done with this, close this, run putty and bring up this screen. I already have default settings over here. Let me so once you're done with this, select the public DNS and copy this into your putty hostname. Go to data, auto login username will always be EC2 user, and go into SSH, go into authentication, select the key that we just generated, which is the LAMP key. It is in PPK format, so select the LAMP key. So it will always take this key, and so that let me change the colors first. So this is just my preference, you can leave it as you want, and let me make the font size a little bigger for you guys. So you don't have to do this every time. Once you like change everything, I'm just going to save this. So if I do a save, this will load everything, so I don't have to go into data, change the EC2 user, authentication, put the key again, change the colors. I have saved my profile, so the next time I open this, I can just load the lamp settings and it will load everything. So click on open and it will get you inside your machine. So it will say authenticating using public key LAMP. So the public key was already in the machine, we provided the private key, they matched, and so I got in. If they don't match, you won't be able to get in. There is no password, there's only private key, and that's the only way you will get into your machine. So we are done with this. In the next video we are going to install the Apache web server, and I will see you guys in the next video.